Hello, happy hump day.
It is
MadLib
Wednesday.
Talks. Hello, it's us. I'm back.
He is back.
Hi.
And he is Brandon.
I am that person, she said.
And this is April we're from the Madison County Public Library. Welcome to MadLib Talks. Look, we have a very fancy, very technically made sign.
It's your graphic design prowess never ceases to amaze
never
me,
ceases
April.
to amaze.
It's
It's
lovely.
some of my finest work.
It is. I would agree with that. Yeah.
Some
Cool.
of my finest work.
Yeah. So
You know-
MadLib Talks here, coming at you. We're glad to see you. What's on tap today? Oh yeah, okay. I'm not going to touch the broom bristles this afternoon. I know you all are so proud of me.
That was gross. I'm just making sure that you're staying over
It's
there.
good. No, I need to. It's true.
Yeah. Because
So-
last time it was me, I just kept creeping further over, and now you're creeping over. It's fine.
It's my animal magnetism, everybody.
I think it's just a creeper.
I am. I'm creepy. It's true.
Oh, we need to watch our volume because I did notice the other day that we dropped our volume a couple times,
Okay.
and it was hard to hear. So let us know if you can't hear us.
Hello.
Let us know in the comments. Christian is behind the camera to tell us if you say anything. Feel free to. He's waving at you.
Yep, if you're
You just
having
can't
trouble hearing, or if you want me to go away and jump out the window, just please say
see.
so.
No, because then they're subjected to what I did yesterday. Did you see that nightmare?
I saw highlights. I did some scrubbing.
It was
yesterday.
so
I
bad.
thought it was fine.
It was embarrassing.
I thought it was fine.
It was I turned into like somebody's grandma, or no disparagement against grandmas, because some of y'all are tech savvy. I will not be that grandma though. I will be the one that's calling my grandkids going, "The Roku's out, can't you fix it?" And I'll sound just like that too.
The 17th generation Roku. Who even knows? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that will be me.
You know, it's happening to me slowly. I'm in my late 30s. So, I'm an elder millennial.
Mhm.
This is true. So I still very much identify with the millennial generation. I grew up in a house where there was a computer. It was an old computer, but there was a computer.
Yep.
But man, I'm starting to see some things that I can't do, and I have to ask people.
Okay, so you all know I have two teenagers.
You people who are less than my age, which is a weird way of saying younger than me.
Yes.
It's gonna happen to you.
It is. It will happen to you. Okay, so I'm going to tell a story on myself.
Please.
My daughter is 15, and over the summer or back in the fall, I don't know, she likes to go on Snapchat or TikTok or whatever
Those are two
it
of
is
the
that she's using
prime suspects
at the
for
moment.
things I
She
can't do.
loves to go on Snapchat though and make ridiculous videos of me.
Yeah.
And I look horrible in these videos. And like, I'll be driving, and so I'm like all slumped over and I'm driving, and she's making these videos of me from her lap, which is at a horrible angle anyway.
Oh,
and she
no.
loves to post them, or
Oh.
videos of her picking at me and everything. She sends them out to her friends, and one of her friends, that she did this back in the fall, I think, and one of her friends goes, "Your mom's the GOAT." And I was like,
That's not nice at all.
what is the GOAT? Do I need to shave or something? Oh my God. She was like, greatest of all time. Oh, I knew that.
So, but I have another old person rant about the GOAT, which isn't as popular as it was about a year ago.
No, yes, true.
A year ago, everything was the GOAT.
Yes.
And here I am, late 30s Brandon, pounding his fist on the table and saying, there can only be one GOAT! By definition, there can only be one. Greatest of all time, for those of you who are more oldery-ish than I am. Right?
I don't even know what to do with this conversation.
How about we talk about announcements?
Okay,
What's
let's
going
talk.
on at Madison County Public Library?
I missed you.
I missed you.
I missed you.
I'm happy to be back. Yeah.
All right. So we have some announcements. The blood drive that was scheduled to happen here at the Richmond location tomorrow has not been canceled. It has been moved. I just want to reiterate that it has been moved. Do not show up here for a blood drive because you're not getting it. Sorry, sweetie. But if you go across the street to First Christian Church,
Right across the street.
right across the street where I'm pointing, you can't tell, but the blood drive has been moved literally over there. The blood drive has been moved to First Christian Church. So you also have to schedule an appointment because we're practicing social distancing, limiting person-to-person contact. So schedule an appointment so that they don't have a whole bunch of people waiting. Blood drives are still very, very important, and because life is going on.
Yeah, I saw a headline today. Admittedly, I didn't read this article. There's so much to take in these days. Some articles I read and some I don't. But it was from.
I'm guilty. I
well,
read the headlines sometimes.
It was from Lex 18, and I heard that Kentucky is in bad need of blood. The number they put on it was 300 individual donors is what the need is right now.
They need 300
They
individual
do.
donors?
They do.
Wow.
Yeah, we had I helped to run a blood drive that takes place at Union Church in Berea. It's part of my job as outreach coordinator. I help to coordinate the volunteers there. That happened last Tuesday, so a week ago yesterday. We were there and we got 64 pints of blood.
That's
which
wonderful.
was awesome. Yes,
That's
I
wonderful.
gave blood on that day. So if you're able to safely, if you feel comfortable, there is a need for blood.
There is.
Yeah.
I saw some statistics today, and I don't remember the exact numbers, but these were actually from the Kentucky Blood Center, that so many blood drives have been canceled that they're in desperate need.
I think that's a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, they were already in need, and now it's getting desperate because
Right.
life is still happening.
Right.
Life is still going on. It's
course.
changed, but people are still in need of these life-saving services. So, and that's why, Governor Andy is keeping essential services open
Of course.
for the ones that need it. Speaking of essential services being open, we are not. We are now actually having to expand our close to the public date out to April 6th. We are still here currently providing services. They are just changing slightly. As you guys know, today you cannot pick up any holds at the Richmond or Berea locations. However, tomorrow the locker system is going live. There's a tutorial that I made. I'm starring in it, doing my Vanna White best.
Nice.
And that
I'm
will
gonna
be
watch
going
that.
up, showing you how to use those. That will be probably later today, since the system goes live tomorrow.
April, where are the lockers?
I don't know where they are in Berea. I've not seen them.
Okay.
But I can tell you that if you're in the parking lot and you're facing the building from the parking lot here in Richmond, they are off to the right over by the bookmobile garage door.
Oh, okay, the bookmobile bay.
And it is so easy to use.
I'm sure they're in a conspicuous place in Berea also.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. And they're so easy to use. You literally just enter the last 7 digits of your library card number.
Awesome.
And then just press enter, and then your locker pops open.
Awesome.
So once you are notified that your holds are available, you show up during your scheduled time, which they will contact you to schedule that time when they notify you that they're available. And then you just show up, put your card number in, and done. So easy.
Awesome.
But since we are still unfortunately going to be closed to in-person traffic, we want to reiterate our online services that are available 24/7. Oh my gosh, my phone keeps going off. I forgot to put it on silent.
Sometimes my phone reminds me that I don't have a butt.
Mine reminds me very much that I do.
See, because I keep it back here, and then when I go
I have-
to take my phone, it just puffs of air and a phone.
Okay.
I look like you stood a frog up and put pants on it every day. Hello, I'm Brandon.
What do I even do with that?
I'm not sure. Just wanted you to know.
Okay.
It's a family-friendly show, and
I choked on my water.
it's genetics. I don't know what to say.
Can you do like a Kermit the Frog voice?
Hi ho. I've never really tried.
Dude, try it again.
Hi ho.
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here.
I'm not really.
It's a
good
little,
at
it's a little more guttural. It's like
it's a little bit.
Kermit the Frog here.
Oh, look, that's
That was not great, but it was better.
Do you know who I've always been able to do pretty well is Droopy the dog. Do you guys remember Droopy from the?
I do remember.
The Hanna-Barbera. You know what? I'm happy. That's the one. That's also genetics. I didn't learn to do that.
You just
I
did
was
it?
born talking like Droopy the dog.
I'm just imagining like a 3-year-old talking like that.
Hello, mother. Hello, father.
Oh, good Lord. All right, so just want to re-emphasize the importance of these online services that you can check out. You can check out materials from them using your library card, or with Overdrive, you can use them with just your phone number if you
Right.
don't have a library card.
And that's a kind of a new development since the pandemic crisis,
yeah.
right?
It feels like it has been a year that we've been doing this, and it's been a week and a half.
That's why I'm talking like Droopy the dog live on air.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
That's symptomatic of our isolation.
It is. It is. So we have Overdrive, we have Hoopla, we have Acorn TV, one that I have failed to mention on here. Acorn TV does a lot of British television.
Oh, sweet.
It's a lot of British television.
I love AbFab. Does anybody out there know Absolutely Fabulous?
I love AbFab.
I grew up on AbFab. Big fan. Big fan.
Good.
Yep. I've gotten a Doctor Who education as well in my later years.
I will say that Doctor Who is not on Acorn TV that I've seen.
That's more of a BBC.
That is definitely
okay.
a BBC thing. All right, so who's your favorite Doctor? I know we've talked about this before. Who's your favorite Doctor?
Your favorite Doctor is, in my experience, always the first Doctor.
Always the first one.
So over the course of the past couple of years, I've gotten to watch a lot of David Tennant.
Mm-hmm.
I love Tennant's kind of dark streak. Matt Smith.
It's so intense.
Super intense. I love Matt Smith. But I gotta tell you, I know he only had one season. Chris Eccleston was my first Doctor.
Me too. Air 5.
He's I just can't see anybody filling those shoes. He was just right.
I personally loved Christopher Eccleston as Doctor, as the Doctor. He was my favorite.
Yeah.
All right, we'll stop nerding out for a
Who's
minute.
your favorite Doctor? Tell us.
Yeah, who was your favorite Doctor? Who was your first Doctor?
We want to know.
And who was your favorite Doctor?
And the next time I'm on the show, okay, here we go. The next time I'm on the show, which will be Friday, I'm doing other programs tomorrow afternoon. I will attempt an impression of the Doctor who gets the most votes in the comments. So if there are 2 votes for Eccleston and nobody mentions any other Doctor, I'll do a Chris Eccleston impression on Friday.
I look forward to this no matter who it is.
Here we go. It'll be fun.
All right. Christian gets on his phone to vote. All right, I think maybe might change my vote to Peter Capaldi.
Oh no! Okay,
that
great.
just might be my vote now.
I'm excited. Here we go.
All right. So something else that I mentioned yesterday in my horrible video was that RV Digital includes a lot of different resources, not just recorded books and recorded audio books. They also have great courses that you can, these are classroom courses that you can take online. So I know personally, as a parent of kids who are getting NTI work, I think I've got enough. I had to make a schedule. My kids hate me right now. Well, maybe not hate. Hate's a strong word, but they're not happy with me.
I bet they're not, though.
I had to make a schedule.
Yeah.
I had to make a schedule for them.
As many parents of school-age kids are, probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what happened is I have one child who was who was so upset yesterday that she had all of this NTI work to do, and she'd been working on it all day, and she felt like she had so much to do that she couldn't take time away from her work to have dinner with her family.
Wow, that's too much.
Yeah. Now, I'm not a teacher.
Sure.
And that's just her perspective and her experience.
Sure.
And she is in high school. And then I have another child who hasn't done much of it at all.
Right.
So
you got to schedule.
I have a schedule.
Those youngins. All right.
I had to schedule. I was like, listen, when I leave for work, your work day starts too.
There we go.
And when I come home, your work day stops. You step away from the screen. You have to take breaks. They have to do all of these things because they were. Yeah. Like one was not doing any of it, and I think it was less. It's not laziness. It's that when he gets overwhelmed, he shuts down.
And see, this is the way I function. When there's too much going on, I just don't do any of it.
Exactly.
It's almost like I can't do any of it.
You can't wrap your brain around even where to begin.
So scheduling is helpful.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, you're going to start, and this is the thing. If the bedroom door stays open, and if that doesn't work, we're moving it to the kitchen table, and if that doesn't work, we'll figure something else out. Whatever we have to do, because he's also a senior. It's like, you don't get this done, you don't graduate, buddy.
Right.
We got to get this done. And so it's there. Let us know how you're doing.
I was just about to say, parents of school-age kids, April's scheduling her school-age children. She's trying to help them.
We did schedule breaks in there.
Right on, for sure. So what are you doing? Are there tips that you'd like to share with us that we could share at our next telecast?
Whoa. I'm going to have a guest host tomorrow. I don't know who it's going to be, but I am not going to subject you to what I did yesterday.
I'm continually jealous of your guest hosts. I want to punch them.
With your frog hand?
This is my territory with my frog hand. Yeah.
Good Lord. All right. All right, so the only shenanigans I have today.
Do frogs have flippers? What do they have? What is a frog's arm called? Sound off in the comments. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, you have frog legs.
Yeah,
that
but
people
it's little
eat.
T-Rex arms. It's smaller arms.
I mean, no, they're not like this. They're like that. They're like regular.
There's got to be a different name.
I think they're legs.
Frog arms, frog legs. Okay, we'll figure it out.
I don't know. Anyway, all right. So I want to try. We talked yesterday a little bit. Well, I talked yesterday about the Read Every Day challenge.
Yeah. You
But it's
mentioned
still
that.
going to happen. It's
Yeah.
being slightly modified. That's why you haven't seen anything posted. Just because, given the nature of everything, it's all changing a little bit.
Mhm.
But what we'd like you to do when this starts, right now, the idea is that you send in selfies of you with a book, and there will be there'll be a drawing for everything entered at the end of this period.
Cool.
Well, I would like us to take a selfie with a book.
Okay. But I can't come near you, April, so how am I supposed to selfie with you?
We are going to social distance while trying to take a selfie.
A social distance selfie in SDS.
An SDS, yes. So I'm not sure even how we're going to do
Okay,
this.
so I have my telephone.
All right, you got your telephone.
Yep.
All right, do you want to hold the book or?
Well, you know,
should
let's
I do
see.
this?
Well, let's
We
okay. We're gonna give it a try.
Okay, you got to turn it around.
So yep. Oh, you know what? That's not.
Actually, that's not terrible.
It's just, we're gonna post this in the comments, everyone. So look
Yeah.
for that shortly after the live stream. Okay. Here we go. Now my phone has you can pinch and zoom.
Okay.
So I'm gonna zoom myself out just a little.
Well, no, you gotta be
not
there.
on the front-facing camera.
All right, we'll try and turn it around the other way and see what happens.
Oh, this is gonna be terrible. Okay. So hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom. And
All right,
here we
okay.
go. Ready? I have no idea what that looks like,
Did you
and
click?
it's embarrassing. I'm gonna post it too.
We should definitely post it.
So 2 social distance selfies, SDSs for I'm so sorry. What's it called? It's
The Read Every Day challenge,
For
or
the Read
contest
Every Day
challenge, or
challenge.
something like that.
Check the comments here in just a few minutes.
Yep. So anyway, that's what I've got for you today.
Cool.
Now, Brandon, you're going to talk a little bit about.
I am everybody. So we're going to shift gears here a little bit. I have an announcement, and then a little sharing for everybody that perhaps we can build on in subsequent days or weeks. Sharing. We're going to start a story time for your children, a daily story time. I'm going to be leading it. I think most of the time. We might have some special guests that I do not want to so rudely strike with my frog arm. But we're still working out when that's going to be. I think we're thinking about 10 a.m. That's going to start on Monday. It's going to start next week.
Is it going to be Monday through Friday, or is it going to be?
It's going to be Monday through
Okay.
Friday. Yep. So Monday through Friday every day. Probably about a half an hour story time for children. Not unlike what you'd see if you brought your small child or your school-age child, your younger school-age child to the library. So I'm excited about it.
And these are going to be Facebook Live.
It's going to be right on Facebook, right here where you are right now. It's going to
Okay,
be right
so we'll make
here.
an announcement.
Yep.
I will announce it here on the show once it's all finalized.
Yep.
But we will also make it a post to give you all of the information for when
Yeah.
that actually is going to happen.
Yeah, looking at about 10 a.m. So sound off in the comments, those of you who are interested. Let us know if 10 would work for you. That'd be great.
Yeah, and this is primarily I mean, anybody can watch it, but of course
Totally.
this is primarily geared towards
To
preschool age children.
Preschool age children, yeah. Smaller
Okay.
children, yeah, for sure. We have at both of our library branches, we have a baby and a toddler, story time,
Mhm.
playtime, and then we have a younger, or rather, excuse me, an older young children, toddler age, and that's what this is going to be geared towards.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
we'll sing some songs, we'll have a good time, and I mean, it won't be any different for me than the WWE people who are doing full wrestling matches with no audience. Are you aware of that?
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to picture you wrestling with yourself on Facebook Live for toddlers. I'm not getting that connection there, but
During this period of social isolation, during the pandemic crisis, the World Wrestling Federation, I'm not a wrestling person, it's not the WWF anymore. I think it's the WWE. They're still going on. They're doing full-on wrestling matches and WrestleManias and the whole 9 yards, just with no audience.
I have questions.
So do I. I don't have answers. I think
Okay, so like, have you seen any of these?
I have not, but I
Because
know.
I'm wondering, like, are they having like recorded audience going,
I don't think so.
or is it like one guy named Dave on the microphone?
I'm pretty sure it's 2 guys in a ring and maybe a referee, and that's it.
Also, poor social distancing.
I agree.
That is very poor social.
I agree.
Can you imagine trying to wrestle while social distancing?
Air grapple.
Body slam.
Air pile driver. Yeah, I got you, April. This is like we're okay. Can I talk about my book now?
Please talk about your book.
Okay.
Dear God.
Yeah, please. Kristen's gonna come a little closer. We'll have a nice little intimate fireside chat, and by fireside I mean whatever this
Christmas
is.
lights.
Christmas light chat.
Christmas lights.
So, hello, good afternoon to those of you who are still hanging out with us. Again, I'm Brandon. You probably know that by now. My water is empty. Don't want to take up much more of your time. We've talked for a little while. I'm a published author, both self-published and a small publishing house has picked up my most recent book. I'm holding that in my hands right now. This is not a plug. It's not for sale yet. I'm holding it in my hands because this is, again, as I mentioned, this is my upcoming book. I'm very excited about it. It's a big deal for me in my life. And although a small publishing company did pick it up, it was, as with the rest of my catalog, a self-published book at first. So I've been self-publishing books for almost 10 years, using various web-based applications or services. The most popular one, I think the biggest one, used to be called CreateSpace. Maybe you've heard of that. It's associated with Amazon. It's no longer CreateSpace, is now defunct. It doesn't exist anymore. They've transitioned into KDP, which stands for Kindle Direct Publishing. And that's initially how I published, or how I kind of began the process of this book. As you can see, I don't know how, it's a professional looking book. I think the cover is gorgeous. I'm super into it. The interior is awesome. It's a color interior. And I'm curious about doing a how-to self-publish workshop virtually here at MCPL for you. I think you would find the process is very, very simple. It's also very, very inexpensive. In fact, the only time you pay money as a self-published author is to order copies of your own book once they're done and published. You get to have your book on Amazon, and I know in the world today with our friend Jeff Bezos and you know, the 1% and capitalism and things, there are varying, I guess rather, opinions about Amazon. I personally, myself, am even a little bit torn about that. I'm not what you might call a supporter of capitalism most of the time, personally, in my own life, but I believe in my message. I believe that self-publishing is almost like, if you think back like 20 years, the ability to self-publish your own book is like almost like a miracle. If you told me 20 years ago that I could hold in my hands a book that I wrote without having to basically fall at the feet of publishing companies for 10 years, 15 years, you know, of my life, and still never have any guarantee of ever having a book published, I would have told you were crazy. And so it's very much a reality in the world today. Just about anyone who has a quality product can publish a book. So I wonder, are you interested in that? It's a very simple, very inexpensive process that I would be happy to guide you through, to kind of do a how-to session virtually from the library and from myself to you. So let us know. It's something that we might look into next week or the week after. Appreciate your feedback on that. Would you like to learn how to self-publish your own book? It's super easy and fun, and I'm a guy who's done it quite a few times.
Are there free resources out there for people who, like, say there's a young person who has a book that they want to put out, but they don't have their own source of income?
Yeah. Well, so that's a good question, April. The only thing you need to self-publish a book, if you have zero income, is a computer and an internet connection.
Which we provide for free at the Madison County Public Library.
We certainly provide for free here at the library. When our doors are reopened, you can come into the library and self-publish your own book. It might take a few days, might take a couple different sessions to do that, but it's super easy and a ton of fun. And once again, the only out-of-pocket expense is when your book is done finalized, finished, approved by the editors at KDP, and you want to order some copies for yourself to sell to
Okay.
family and friends, or put in local bookstores or something. I don't think that people, the reason I wanted to do this is because I don't think people really know just how easy and inexpensive and awesome it is. So,
Yeah, I definitely didn't. I
great.
mean, I would have thought now that if I had something that I wanted to publish, that I would have to go
Right.
to a publisher.
well, now certainly there's the traditional route, and this is no substitute for the traditional route, right? I've been doing this, as I mentioned, for a decade, and I only just got a book picked up by a very small publishing house. I knew somebody, I had a foot in the door, so I kind of got lucky. You know what I mean, in a way. And I have 5 other books. This is my 6th book, if you count a collaboration I did with another person. We put out a book a few years ago as part of a collaboration. So I've been doing it for a while, and I got lucky. There's a lot to be said for doing it that way. I want to say I'm not anti the traditional publishing route in any way, shape, or form. I'll tell one more quick story to our viewers, and then we'll say goodbye. There's a gentleman, of course I won't mention any names for privacy's sake, but there's a gentleman in Madison County who's just about to turn 102. He's turning 100. He's the oldest person in Madison County, and he's turning 102 in early April. His family contacted me a month ago and said, he's been compiling his memoirs for years. Can you help us put that book in his hand by his birthday? And I'm very happy to say that they have copies of that book, self-published, from KDP, which stands for Kindle Direct Publishing, on the way here now, as we speak.
When is his birthday?
I believe April 4th or April 6th. It's an even number in early April.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Soon, very,
Soon.
very soon. And I was able to, I was very, very happy to be able to do that for them. So, yeah. So let us know in the comments, and we can do a how to self-publish workshop, if you like, in the near future.
All right.
Yeah.
That's all we've got. You want
Cool.
to zoom out for a second? We can get us both in here.
Oh,
Yeah, no, you have to stay over there.
I was just about to do it. Okay, I didn't do it.
All
So,
right.
Don't forget Doctor Who impression on Friday.
Oh yeah, tell us
me
your
who you
favorite
want.
doctor. Give us your evil Christians looking evil.
Timey-wimey and all that stuff, all that British stuff.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. That's Penny. All right. We'll talk to you later.
Farewell.
Bye. Love you, mean it.
Goodbye.